What's up, y'all? This is Dave, and this is 5 features man needs to bring back. First off, it's the College All-American game. How great would it be to play with the prospects from the upcoming NFL draft before you get to pick them? You could see and feel their true talent through actual 11-on-11 gameplay. Now, one thing I would suggest is that they don't show you the ratings. You just play the game, and then after the game, the prospects in the game should receive more scouting, meaning that the game could also reveal some attributes for you, which would be a good added incentive to play in this future. It just feels a little better to play with the rookies. It makes your decision a little easier, especially when the new Madden scouting system doesn't allow you to fully scout all the players that it should. It makes the drafting players more of a guessing game. So in that aspect, they should add this feature. Number 2, the 40-yard dash in the NFL combine drills. Another feature that would immerse you into the franchise more is if you could play or watch the combine drills. I think there should be a choice if you want to watch them or skip them. Playing the combine mode is more part of the single player mode. But I digress. There should be an added percentage of scouting when you choose to attend the draft combine. Same thing for the pro days. Also, they can jazz it up with players who skipped the combine but only competed at their pro day, causing them to shoot up the draft boards only to be bust. But that just me nerding out, and because a lot of players, their draft stock is mainly based on their pro days because they skip the combine. So that's just an added feature, a little realism that they can add into the game. 3, the Tony Bruno Show. Now, the Tony Bruno Show is a radio show that talked about the weekly scores, the upcoming matchups, also throwing in some fun trivia and insight that you can only get from the Tony Bruno Show. Now, the Tony Bruno Show was innovative for its time, but even now it'll add a more immersive feeling to Madden franchise. The Tony Bruno Show had real NFL player interviews. Like one time I was listening, it was Brandon Lloyd, the wide receiver. It was Edgerrin James, the running back. They talk about past busts like Ryan Leaf, depending on if it was from 2006 to 2008, depending on which year. But the Tony Bruno Show was a great feature because it puts you like you was actually in the NFL universe, like you actually was in that time frame. Like it's a really great feature that they should bring back. This is a small clip showing what the Tony Bruno Show was like in its heyday.
By a very talented running back, a man who dominated during his college days down at the University of Miami, then went on to rush for 26 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons in the NFL. Folks, the man we're talking about, running back Edgerrin James. Edge, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Tony, thanks for having me on.
All right, you guys obviously aren't playoff bound, so now what gets you motivated for each game?
Well, right now we're not doing as well, and you just try. We know we're not going to make the playoffs, so the best thing to do is try to get some stats. Everybody gets stats and make it fun because it's going down in history anyway. So let's not give up, because you go out.
4, Madden Moments. Madden Moments is a game mode that people actually loved when I was younger. It started in Madden 05. It would either let you play through historic games and moments in NFL history, or it will let you play through the great moments of the previous season. The potential for this mode is through the fucking roof. How fun would it be to redo the 28-3 Patriots comeback on the Falcons in Super Bowl 51? Or what about the catch? Or what about the David Tyree play in Super Bowl 42? Or opening the Super Bowl with the kickoff return touchdown as Def Hester? Like I said earlier, the potential is through the roof. Also, if you have a crazy moment in your franchise or your single player mode, that should be placed in a special area, kind of like the ESPN Classic and the NCAA football franchise. You know, to show that the special moments, like you making your own type of Madden moments type of thing, they should have that also. Number 5, create a team/fan. This was heavily used when I was growing up. I had so much fun making different types of teams with crazy concepts. Like I made a team that was all drafted from the University of Georgia. I also made a team that was just fast players in the league. I made a team where everybody had to be one of the tallest at their positions. Silly things like this is what I was doing, along with other Madden users who love to create silly teams and weird teams and miss the feature. Also, you can create a fan, which is even crazy, which is really crazy. Everybody loved that feature. It's the small things that keep the games going. Thank you for listening to Rage Quit David, and this is the end of my video. Peace.